A very warm welcome back to our third term. In South Africa, it's the winter term, and for us, this means that we go deeper into our pedagogy, into our practice, and into our relationships with each other. And we enrich the soil, we enrich the environment in which we are all going to be growing. So it's a time of presencing, and the results aren't always as visible as perhaps spring or summer, but with deep roots comes a great blossoming. So as our encounter inquiry for the year, we've chosen that as an umbrella inquiry, and this is drawing on Martin Buber's work. The idea of encounter as a way of being in the world where it sees everything as connected, and that there is a relationship that is almost a holy relationship, rather than I, it, is a relationship of I, thou. And we're exploring what this means, because all of school is about relationships, and there is no real learning without deep relationships. And sometimes we get in the way. Perhaps, or if I could turn now, see there's a shadow. And sometimes, yes, our shadows get in the way of relationships. So yes, it's deep work. It's courageous work. In the first term, we talked about encounter with regards to ourselves, encountering ourselves, and the children told us about the other self. There was lots and lots of quite Jungian shadow play with doppelgangers, with archetypal creatures. Children would play as cats or as bats or as vampires, creatures of the night. And when we asked some of the children about this, I remember the one 5-year-old told us that all of us have two forms. And she said, we have the one that we can see, and then the one that is trapped inside a mirror. And she went to set about building a contraption of how to lure that shadow self out of the mirror, so that it can be integrated. It's just really amazing and deep play. And in the second term, we chose to focus on encountering the other, and this took us into our work with regards to diversity in our school and in South Africa, and inclusion, and also equality, and what it means to be in these kinds of relationships with each other. And we learned that that beautiful quote by Loris Malaguzzi that says, all of this is a great forest, and in this forest is the child, and we're all brought into relationship with each other as if in a forest, but a system like a forest only survives and thrives when there is diversity, many different kinds of elements in that forest to make it a lively, sustainable ecosystem. So leading into this term, we thought it'd be a really amazing inquiry for us to focus on encountering materials, or encountering the more than human world. And this is drawing on Deleuze and Guattari's work. This is drawing on our own Karen Maris's, South African amazing professor at UCT, her work on the postmodern child, which if I think I get it correctly, says that the child is in relationship, in connection with everything. It's not only humans, with a tree that you might walk past every single day, with a clay that their hands take to. And so, it treats materials as with something with agency, as having agency. The clay has secrets to tell, and it needs the hand of the child to collaborate towards a mutual becoming. So we are going to be flooding the third teacher, the environment, with many interesting materials this term. That is our plan. And then also to really watch and see and observe how children come into relationship with these materials. The spirit of matter. I love that term. But the idea that everything is a protagonist, everything has something it wants to be. Somebody told me that materials have the right to become something else. So I think it's going to be an amazing thing for children to discover and rediscover paint, clay, sculpture, anything, soil, leaves, so that we are expecting a very creative term. Right, it's my turn to go and put the kids to bed. So here's to an amazing, deep term full of presencing and honoring of the relationships that we've built over the first half of the year.